All right, friends, it is time to get started. Hi, April. Hello there. So guys, I am really excited to share with you guys just a sneak peek behind the scenes of coaching and what I do and what coach life is all about. Hey there, Patty. It is good to see you on here tonight. Oh, you're under Danny. We were talking about you earlier today, so pumped about it. All right, so guys, here's the thing. I'm actually going to walk you through more of an informal just sort of chat with you where I'm going to give you just the basics of coaching and what it entails. And I really want to give you the opportunity to ask a lot of questions and not feel shy, and don't worry about if it's a dumb question. There's never a dumb question. I know how I felt when I was trying to make the decision as to whether or not I should become a coach or not. So I just want you to feel comfortable knowing that, hey, I will answer any questions that you guys have along the way. Probably hear my two boys. The cool part about what we get to do is I do get to work from home. It has its benefits and it definitely has its challenges as well. I have two little boys, Landon and Bryce. They are 8 and my oldest is going to be 10 here on March 16th. And I'm really excited about it, right? And they have been such a big part of my journey in Beachbody. They actually don't know any different because I started coaching 7.5 years ago. So Bryce was about 6 months old, and I will say that this business has really served me at every stage of the game. From a new mom with 2 little kids and getting my body back in shape after having my kids, giving me an opportunity to create some income to be home and to be able to have the flexibility and freedom, but now to be able to be very present in their lives. So I'm going to share a lot about that today. All right. Hopefully it's not freezing up for you guys at this point. So let me just give you a little bit of backstory about who I am, right? So I started coaching in July of 2011. I actually was introduced to Beachbody first in May of 2011. So I was not somebody that was into social media. I was not somebody that posted very regularly. I had your typical like wedding and anniversary and the birth of our kids and just random like photos of us going on vacation, but I wasn't your typical, every single day showing up and sharing on social media. I was kind of private. I had less than 100 friends on my Facebook page. So I wasn't a social media person at all. And when I made this Facebook post, I made a post. It was about 5 months after I had Bryce, and I was just frustrated, and I couldn't find a way to get this weight off. I had gained over 70 pounds with each of the boys, and I had about 35 pounds that I needed to get off to get back into my clothes and have a comfortable weight. And it just wasn't happening. It wasn't happening for me, and I was frustrated. But I also was the girl that quit everything that I started. Every fitness program that I'd ever done before, I would buy gym memberships. I would get Pilates class passes. I would go to the YMCA with my girlfriends, and we would do Zumba, and I would go for a week and then I would quit. And that was just sort of the pattern. And my view of nutrition was, okay, choose Diet Coke instead of regular Coke, do the whole wheat pasta instead of the white pasta. It was, having, white or having 1 piece of pizza instead of 5, right? So I had a very skewed perception of nutrition. We were smart ones, lean cuisines, 100-calorie packs. That was our nutrition. It was pretty bad. No wonder I was struggling to get the weight off. So I made a post. I made this post saying that I was eating celery and trying to lose weight. And one of my husband's friends from high school, his wife actually reached out and invited me to join a challenge group. Now, when somebody sends me any kind of invitation, I don't just automatically respond. And maybe you did this, like whenever, you first found me or you first found your coach, did you like creep on them for a little bit? So I didn't say anything to her when she responded to me, but I immediately went over to her social media And I'm like, okay, who is this girl that's inviting me? And so I went over there and I started looking at her news feed, and she had her transformation photo and she had 2 kids, and her before picture looked like my current picture at that time, and her after picture absolutely looked like the person that I wanted to look like, right? And she was motivating and inspiring, and she had success stories, and she was, sharing recipes and nutrition. And I just was like, oh, I was drawn to her positivity. I was drawn to her energy. And I thought, okay, if she can do this, I want to do it too. And that was the seed, right? That was what the seed was planted. And I was like, okay, sign me up. Tell me what to do. And so I joined the Summer Slim Down Challenge in 2011 with Insanity. Never did a home fitness program in my life. I took my old Dell laptop down to our basement. I would put the boys down for a nap at 2 o'clock, take the baby monitor with me, and I would press play. And I ripped out of the Oxygen magazine. It was Jamie Eason, I think, was the fitness professional. She was standing with her hand on her hip, and she was pointing out the picture, and she was saying, you want to change more than you want to stay the same. You want to change more than you want to stay. And that hung on my wall. That mag piece of paper hung in my basement wall beside my computer. And every day I would cry. Some days it would be hard. And there were days where my boys didn't sleep through the night and I wanted to take a nap in the afternoon. And I was like, no, I will get this weight off. And then I was part of this challenge group and these women in there. I was like, I didn't know there was this positive community out there, and they were sharing tips and they were sharing recipes and things that were helping them, and they were encouraging one another. And, some people were further along in their journey, and like me, I was just starting out, and I found this place like my home. And I was in there commenting and interacting and sharing things. And I just felt like I had a team that was truly rooting for me. And I loved it. I really, really loved it. And so the whole while I was super engaged. I was getting great results. 60 days in, I'd lost 11 pounds with Insanity. I went on to do P90X. I went on to do TurboFire. I literally have done every single Beachbody program that the company has released. Since I started as a coach, I followed every single nutrition plan out there. And I've lost the 35 pounds. And, here I am almost 8 years later, and I feel incredible. And I will tell you that if it wasn't it wasn't just the community, it wasn't just the fitness programs, it wasn't just the nutrition, it was like all of these things together. My coach, the group, the nutrition plan, the workouts that I could just check off the boxes. Like, I love that there was a simple laid out plan. I also I'm an anxious person, and my kids, like my oldest, did not do well going into play rooms. And so going to the gym was kind of out of the option. I didn't love working out in front of other people. Like, this really spoke to my soul. I also was never the kind of person that went into a gym and knew what to do. So the fact that I could hang a calendar on my wall of what workouts I should do, and I could just check it off the box, that was perfect for me. Right. And so I found myself naturally wanting to share this with people. People were starting to ask me, Melanie, how did you lose the weight? And so I was like, well, let me tell you how I'm eating, and let me help you read nutrition labels, and do you know what's in the food that you're eating? I found myself just naturally motivating people and saying, you should do this with me. And so my coach approached me about 7 times before I said yes. She lives locally, so we met. We went to Starbucks, and she sat down and she walked me through what coaching was all about. And I kept telling her no, because I didn't think I could do it. I was like, it's good for you. You can do it. And I kept pushing her off. And then I asked my husband, and he was like, no, that's a scam. That's a ripoff. That doesn't work. That's a pyramid scheme. He kind of gave me all of those typical responses. And so my coach just kept asking me, right? She just kept putting it out there. And the more I thought about it, the more I started to, in my mind, imagine how I could support people. So I want you to, and your story may be different than mine, but I want you to think to yourself, okay, if I were to coach, who would be my ideal audience? And so that was what was playing through in my mind. I was like, I can help moms that are just like me, that have small children, that don't think they have the time to work out or feel like they're stuck and they can't lose the weight after having babies. Oh my gosh, I can teach women how to meal plan. I can teach them how to grocery shop. I can teach them how to pair their foods together so that they are not starving, right? I can talk about eating 5 to 6 small meals a day. I can educate people on portion size. And then I started to be creative and I was like, I can write a blog. I can make videos and teach people like in my kitchen. I can run these accountability groups and hold these women accountable. Like it just, the ideas started just coming out. I was getting really excited about it. And so I decided to take the money because at this point in time, I want to also share with you that we didn't have flexible income. We were on a single family income. I'd left my job to be home with the boys. Maybe after all of our bills were paid, there was like $100, $150 like left over. And that was if we wanted to go out to dinner or, you know, the kids got sick and we had to go to the doctors or something broke in the house. Like there was no wiggle room, right, to spend the money on the challenge pack. And so I took the money that my parents gave me for my birthday and I signed up as a coach. I bought, you know, at that time we didn't have challenge packs, so I had to pay the sign up fee. I bought a bag of Shakeology and became a coach. And Matt told me when I told him a couple of days later that I'd signed up, he was like, that was the biggest mistake you've ever made. That was such a waste of money. Like, do not think you are going to get another bag of that powder. That's a scam. That's a ripoff. Like, you'll never be successful. And so for me, I just believed, like I had this belief in the fact that I knew that I could teach women. I knew I had something to offer and I was going to show him that I could do it. And I set myself out on this journey to begin to build my business. And it was messy. And it sort of looked like, you know, sticky notes everywhere at my kitchen table or on the bedside table or, you know, beside the couch. I got myself a planner and I started organizing myself with a to-do list. And I started to say to myself, okay, like, how do I get this out there? So I shared my story. I launched my business on my Facebook page. At that time, I used my personal Facebook page. You know, it's changed a lot over the past 7.5 years. I still use my blog and I still use my website, but I do very much so run my business on my Instagram page, right? A little bit on my Facebook. So I started telling my story. And every day I said to myself, I am going to show up and I am going to tell people that they can do it too. But I'm going to teach them. My classroom, my platform is my social media, right? So as somebody that has a background in, I have a master's in special education, I have an undergrad in psychology, you know, I have a degree, and I think about my teaching and I'm like, okay, so instead of going in and standing in front of my students, my virtual classroom is my social media. And I have the power to share with so many people that I can connect with. And so I started connecting with anybody and everybody. So I was private. I had a private Facebook, so I made it public. I created an Instagram. I made it public. I, you know, started setting my business up as a professional business, right? I launched my blog and I would journal my progress every single week. Now, I don't believe you need to have a blog, you know, when you start or a website, because you can do a lot of the same documentation that I do through your Instagram stories. But every week I would share my journey and I would say to myself, I'm going to show people this works. I'm going to show people that not only am I going to get the weight off, but I'm going to maintain it. And I'm going to teach people how to do that. So I would talk about every single week my progress. I would do my side-by-side photos. I would talk about the emotional changes, the physical changes. I would talk about nutrition. And I just would friend request and connect with people. And I would tag my husband. I would tag my mom. Like I was just like networking with people because I knew there were women out there. So my mom's groups in the college that I went to, in the high school I went to, in my local community Facebook groups, I was friend requesting people that I knew or had relation or had run into at one point or another. And my ability to network through Instagram and Facebook started to bring people in. I noticed people started asking questions and I started reaching out to people to invite them and creating opportunities for people people to learn more about what I do and the support that I offer. And what started as little old me at my kitchen table during nap time and the mornings and the weekends began to grow into, a customer base, 5 customers, 10 customers. As those people got great results and loved my accountability groups, they started sharing it with other people. And then then they started creating referrals, and some of those people became coaches on my team because they had the same passion that I did. And it just began to become this ripple effect that of a business that I built because of my own personal belief that my story was going to make an impact to somebody, that it was going to empower somebody to make a change. And I would always say, if I can do this, so can you. And so this business, I didn't have this grand vision of being the top coach of the company, but I did have a vision of creating some financial comfort, right? So like I said at the beginning, Matt and I really did live paycheck to paycheck, and we really did sort of struggle. We were just kind of making ends meet. And so for me, I hated that restricted feeling. I hated when somebody would say, you can't go to Target and get shampoo, right? Or you can't buy that $10 Target shirt because we don't have the money. It wasn't like I wanted to buy big lavish things. It was just that I literally I felt restricted, and I knew that there was no end in sight, right? I knew that we would be paying this debt for my student loans until Landon went off to college. That was, 15 years. And I saw other people, other coaches that were creating financial freedom. And all I could think to myself was, if they can do it, why can't I? And every morning I would wake up, and I started by getting up an hour early. And I just said, all right, I'm going to set the alarm at 5 o'clock, and I'm going to get up, and I'm going to do my workout, and I'm going to sit down, and we have a business activity tracker that we follow, and we will teach you and show you how to do it, right? But I would sit down, right? I would sit with my little tracker, and I would sit with my notebook, and I would create my social media post. I would connect with people. I would follow up with anybody from the night before. I'd reach out to new people. I would create any content that I wanted to create, and I would sit there at my computer, and I would type as fast as my fingers would go until my kids would wake up. And then when they would wake up, I'd put on my mom hat, and we would do mom life, right? We'd get breakfast ready, and the kids would, we'd go to the grocery store, we'd do story time, or we'd have a play date. And I was always back home for nap time. And then at 2 o'clock, I got them on the same nap schedule, and I'd sit down at the computer and I'd do some more work. I'd write a blog post, I'd make a video, I would, advertise for my next accountability group, right? And then they would wake up, and we'd have dinner, and we would play, we would do our thing, and then I would usually sit down in the evenings and do some more. And at the beginning, I had to do a lot of training and a lot of figuring it out, but it sort of became this rhythm and this routine where I had these like pockets throughout the day, and it wasn't always perfect. Every day didn't go exactly as planned, but I just had this vision. I was like, why not me? Why not me? And so slowly but surely it started to grow. And I went from having a small baby team to having a large team to being the number 2 coach in the company in 2.5 years, to actually being the number 1 coach in the entire company for 4 consecutive years in a row. That's something that nobody has ever done. I've built one of the largest organizations in Team Beachbody, and I'm currently at the number 2 spot in Team Beachbody right now, and we have an incredible amount of leaders. And I want to tell you something. I didn't envision me as a leader. I didn't envision me going on these top 10 trips or speaking on stage. Like, that scared the living crap out of me. I had no idea that I had this gift of leading other people, of inspiring people, of, inspiring people to become leaders. I didn't realize I was a leader of leaders. This was all just me saying one foot in front of the other. Let me inspire somebody. Let me teach somebody. Let me show up consistently. Let me do the things that people are telling me to do. And just this path would be unraveled before me. And it was like, wow, Melanie, this is exactly where you're supposed to be right now. And I feel very much so called to share with other women, because sometimes I think we get stuck in this, in this rat race of like, I'm chained to my circumstances. Like I'm chained to this job that I hate, or this lifestyle I can't stand, or struggling and just making ends meet, or doing a job that really sucks my soul instead of something that lifts me up. And even if Beachbody ends up not being the right fit for you, I want you to know that you don't have to do a job you don't love for the rest of your life. Like there are other opportunities out there. And so don't play small. Don't do something that you don't love because you're afraid to make a change. Make the freaking change. All right. Okay, so I love my job. So let me talk to you guys a little bit about what Beachbody is. That's a little bit about me. Beachbody is a company that's been around for a long time, right? We partner with Beachbody. We're independent consultants. I have a brand. My brand, my Melanie Mitro brand, my Committed to Getting Fit is my page. Like I am a public figure and I match people up with fitness programs through the company. So Beachbody, we have Beachbody On Demand, which is our digital streaming. We have over 600 workout programs, and each program comes with a comprehensive nutrition plan, a program guide, tracking sheets for their nutrition. It comes with Shakeology. It comes with access to the performance line, all of that stuff, right? We also do have some physical DVD packages that we still sell, but we really are moving into the digital era. So a lot of what we do is like online streaming, right? So people buy the online streaming packages. We have a superfood Shakeology, which I have been drinking for 7.5 years. My husband, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my parents, all of our family drink Shakeology. It is not a weight loss shake, not a diet shake, but truthfully, it's like the one thing that's actually kept us healthy and has boosted our immune system, my hair, my nail, my skin, my digestion. I had really bad IBS. And so that's basically is gone, unless I eat a lot of dairy and cheese and high fat foods. But it's one meal I don't have to think about. Sometimes it's a snack, sometimes it's my breakfast, but it's just an easy go-to. For me, it's just really been a lifesaver. And for your clients and for you guys, it's like a portion controlled meal. So you know you're getting the right carb to protein ratio to make a complete meal. You know that it has good stuff in it. You know that it's got pre and probiotics, and you know that it's nurturing your body so that you can function optimally. I personally appreciate the quality that we put into our products. We have a high quality performance line, so an Energize pre-workout, a Recover post-workout, and overnight supplement. We have a Hydrate, which I call our Gatorade. It's like our healthy Gatorade. I drink that when I do super intense workouts and I'm sweating a lot. Shaun T, 80-day obsession workouts for sure. We also have like a plant-based cleanse, 3-day refresh, which is awesome if you want to break a plateau or jumpstart your results. We have an Ultimate Reset, which is a 21-day nutritional program that is all focused on helping people restart their bodies, really getting back to its natural state, clearing out a lot of the crap. Matt and I just did it in January, so you may have saw me kind of sharing that on my Instagram as well. It was awesome. Matt lost like 17 pounds. It was a lot of cooking, but it was good. Other things that we have here at Team Beachbody, we have 2 nutritional programs. So we have the To Be Mindset, which it's a series of videos, and it is a To Be Mindset tracker journal. It's all based on mindful eating, awareness, the Plate It method. Alana Molstein she is a certified nutritionist, and she created this program based on her 100-pound weight loss. It's a great tool for us to really teach people nutrition. And if somebody doesn't want to do Beachbody On Demand, but they want to go to the gym, or they don't want to work out, or they want to do yoga, it gives people an option. And then we're getting ready to launch Ultimate Portion Fix, which is another, it's the portion controlled containers, but it's another course that people can take that arms them with the right tools to teach them proper nutrition. So we have all of these programs, and you earn a commission as a coach, as a distributor, 25% commission off of everything that people purchase. You have a login, a website. We have a share a cart function that allows you to customize your clients' carts. Send them a link, they purchase, it gets directly shipped to them. There's no in the middle, right? So you're out of that picture of as far as it goes. So you can earn commissions from what people purchase from you. We have challenge pack bonuses. So when people buy, the packages, they earn a bigger commission. And then you also can earn from your team. So you have the ability to earn from coaches that you sign up. And so basically, now this is, I want to kind of address the myth here. So it's not a pyramid scheme. A pyramid scheme is illegal. Basically that means that you're just signing up people to sign them up. You don't care if they ever use the product, and you only make money based on the number of people you sign up. And we're not that way. Pyramid schemes are illegal. The FTC regulates that. They will shut that down in a heartbeat if you're not leading and doing business the right way. And so we lead with the products. Like, I want every person that joins my team, if you don't have an experience with a fitness program and a nutrition plan, that's my number one assignment for you. Is I want you to start and finish a fitness program, document it the entire way through. I want you to use the products, because your experience is your credibility. My experience, my ability to share how I tweaked the program and how I modified when I wasn't strong enough yet, or how, obstacles that I faced with the nutrition plan and mindset, like that is what built my business, was my ability to show people results. And maybe you're already in shape, and that's perfectly fine, but just that leading by example is key, right? So people follow people that lead and do it by example. So that's going to be one thing that I will require every single person that signs up, is to be committed to their fitness program and to do it start to finish. All right. Okay, so up next. So the next thing that I want to talk to you guys about is, hang on one second. All right. The next thing that I really want to share with you guys is that, with Beachbody, the cool part is that you really get to make it what you want. You can do it full-time. You can do this part-time. You can say, I want to just make enough to cover my product. I just want to get the 25% discount. I want to be sort of a discount coach, basically. You can say, I want to make $500 a month. You can say, I want to make $1,000 or $2,000. Like, the sky is really the limit, and you get to decide what that looks like, right? And so what our role is as a coach is, our job is to support people through these accountability groups. And so you can run them one of two ways. We have a challenge tracker app that you can actually log in right from your phone. And I'll show you this, right? And you probably won't be able to see it, but very clearly, but we have this, oh yeah, you can see it. Can you see that, guys? So we have this challenge tracker app that allows you to go in here, and you can, and I know it's kind of hard because that light's in the way, but we have this thing. You can log your workout, you can log your Shakeology. There's like a group feed. So when everybody logs in, you can share a workout picture if you want to. You can rate your day in there. You can talk about the workouts that you've done, right? So it's a place that you can track. We also have a nutritional app. So this nutritional app allows you, there you go, it allows you to track your containers. So I can actually go in here and keep track of all of the foods, right, that we have. So, that I've eaten for the day. I can track my weight. I can track my water. It syncs to the challenge tracker app, so I can keep track of this. This is a tool that we give our clients, right? So that's one way. The second way is through the Facebook group. And the Facebook group is basically where all my people go in there, and I do a Monday mindset. I have posts of the day that I do for them. I check in with my own workout. And as a coach, when you sign up and become a part of my team, and I'm personally mentoring you, you don't have to do it on your own. I will help you, or your coach will help you. So if you're listening and somebody invited you here, like, you aren't going to just have to figure this out on your own. You're actually going to go into our challenge group. The first group, you have the opportunity to co-run it with myself or your coach. And you have the ability to just sort of shadow and learn. And then we'll give you all of the scripts, all of our outlines, all of our documents. So in the future, you can customize it and really make it what you want, right? So that is something you guys will have access to as well. The accountability groups are like my most favorite place in the world. It's really where I see people come to life, right? It's where I see people get results. It's where I find my best coaches. A lot of times come from my accountability groups, because they're practicing what they preach. They're leading by example. They're getting results, and they are natural advocates. All right. So that's the role of a coach. Now, You may be worried because you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I could share. Anybody saying to yourselves like, I'm shy. I don't know if I can post on social media. I've never taken pictures of myself before, or I don't know if this is right for me. So here's the thing. I really want to be honest with you about this. Like, sharing your story on social media is important. It is hands down the way you build your business, right? I look at it like, I'm not saying, look at me. I'm not out there saying, I did my workout today, like there's another sweaty selfie. My goal when I show up on social media is, this is my classroom. What do I want my audience to learn today, right? And I say to myself like, okay, and this is one of the things that I teach you, and I'll show you that I have this marketing plan that I do, and I teach my coaches how to do this. So every week I sit down and I say, what do I want to teach people this week, right? So what if it's busy moms, if I want to teach busy mom tips, so maybe like one day it's how to pack healthy snacks, or maybe a crock pot recipe, or it's mindset, how do I get myself out of bed in the morning to get my workout in? And I'll make a list like, okay, weekends are like self-care. How do I recharge my batteries as a busy working mom? You know, what do I do for meal prep on Sundays? And so I will teach you how to do all of these things, but you have to be willing to do the work. And you have to be willing to say like, okay, this is a business, and any business out there, I've got to build trust and credibility, which means I've got to be proof, right? I've got to be proof that, hey, I'm not going to just invite you to join me and then not share anything on social media. So I do want to say, like, your journey actually becomes a lot of times the things that hold me accountable. Because I'm like, okay, like people are counting on me. If I don't show them my results, right? If I don't show an update at the end of every week, people aren't going to take me seriously. So it keeps me accountable a lot of times. It surely keeps me accountable. All right, so can't be afraid to share. I will teach you how to share. I do have a coach training university that everybody gets to go through. That's the cool part about what I do, and what I feel is different is I'm very systematic in the way my brain works. I treat this as if it's my business. Like, I genuinely love my job, and I feel like it's a partnership. When you sign up and you become a part of my dream team organization, you get access to all of my resources, my scripts, my guides, but that's just your training hub. I want you to be focused on action and then referencing the training. So I want you to know that, yes, there is a way, and I'm going to do a little quick screen share with you guys, but I want you to know that, yes, I do have a system. Like, when you sign up, this is what you get access to. It's an online training university that I personally created based on 7.5 years of experience and tweaking and failing and learning. I have a coach training that you can go through all of these lessons. I do a weekly small group call every single Monday at 12 noon. If you can't be on live, I always record it, so not a big deal. We talk about goal setting. You get to go right into one of my challenge groups. I've got all kinds of great things for you here that you can focus on: how to grow your following, how to grow your contacts, new coach sign up flow, all sorts of tips, launching your business. Like, this is a big one that we're going to go through, that we will talk about, right? How to launch your business as a coach. You'll be able to see all of that in here as well, right? So everything that you need is here for you guys to interact with, okay? Everything. I even talk about how to post on social media. I do go through all of that stuff, okay? So you never have to worry about not having access. I also do the exact same thing in a Facebook group. So if you love Facebook more and you want to go through that, like, this is my coach university. You can see all of the units here: launching your business, using social media to grow. Again, it's the same thing. I just give you 2 places that you can be a part of it. You can see we have just a group discussion and a group thread where everybody can come in, right? And everybody can check it all out and see what's going on. You can see today I went in there and I did a live video. So I've got all sorts of stuff in here that you guys will have access to that you can check out. All right. So did want to show you that I do have a ton of support. All right. Okay. So I want to kind of wrap this up and talk to you guys a little bit about, once you become a coach, you are going to work closely with me or your sponsor, whoever invited you to this call. And our job is to help you get your first 3 customers, right away, initially. I want you to make your investment back. I want you to start earning commissions. I want you to be willing to say, all right, I'm going to launch this. I'm going to share it. I'm going to follow Melanie's lead. I'm going to do exactly what she says, and I'm going to make this happen, right? And then once you go through the first month, then from there, we will say, did you reach your goals? Did you not? Let's set our next goal. And then I will help you with that. We have a team call. You can plug into a team call. We have emerald groups, which in diamond groups, that's like the rankings of the company. I have leadership calls as you start to progress in your business. Like, I am hands-on helping you to build the kind of business that leaves a legacy and that you are proud of. So really the next step is like, okay, it is time to sign up. And so what is the cost, right? And then I will open this up and let you guys ask me some questions. I will tell you that every single coach that signs up with me has to invest in Beachbody On Demand. And they have to invest in Shakeology or the performance line. Again, like, I feel like you can't just pay a $40 coach sign-up fee and think that people are going to trust you. You have nothing to go based on, right? Like, you have no experience. You don't know anything about the products. I feel like I can't sell something that I don't believe in. So if you said to me, hey, Melanie, I want you to post about this shampoo on social media for me, and you can earn a commission, if you just post this. I'm not going to be able to talk about it because I've never used it. I don't even know if I like it. What if it sucks, right? And so that sort of is how I feel. Like, I want you to feel the benefits of Shakeology. I want you to do the workouts. I want you to share your personal experience, and that's how we're going to start out. So there are multiple challenge pack options. The basic one includes Beachbody On Demand, Shakeology, or the performance line. It's $160. It gives you access to all 600 fitness programs, all the nutrition guides, program manuals, and Shakeology. You get into my challenge group, you get into my coach training, and my team page. All right. There are other packages that include Transform 20, or you can add on the 3-day refresh if you want to jumpstart your weight loss, right? If you have Shakeology on Home Direct right now, just cancel it, reorder. If you have Beachbody On Demand, just get a completion pack. I can walk you through that sign-up process next. That will be the next step, is for you to actually message me and say, hey, I'm ready to sign up. I want to link arms with you. Like, let's do this. I can actually give you the right package link, and you can go ahead and get signed up. So that's the next step. Then I will send you a welcome email. In that welcome email, it'll have a form for you to fill out so that I can get to know you a little better, know what your goals are, and then we are going to have a new coach kickoff call next week where I am going to give you everything you need to know to get started. All right. So as we sort of wrap up, guys, the one thing I want to say to you is this: the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. And if I would have listened to all of the people that said, I don't know, Melanie, I don't know if you can actually be successful at that. Like, that sounds kind of crazy. Like, just the people that got in early are going to be successful. Like, if I would have let myself think that way, I don't know where I would be right now. I will tell you that not only has Beachbody given me a life that I never would have possibly imagined, it has made me more positive. It has gotten me in the best shape of my life. I have the best friends because of it. I've uncovered gifts for public speaking. I've uncovered gifts for leading and mentoring. But I will tell you, I worked hard. Like, I didn't just snap my fingers and my business grew. I did the work. I read. Like, if you look in my office, like, you can see there are books everywhere. I listen to podcasts. I listen to Gary Vaynerchuk and the 10X Roll and Mel Robbins' 5-second Roll. And like, I am constantly fueling myself, and it makes me a better person. And I truly believe that everything that I'm doing here in Beachbody is on purpose and for a purpose. And this platform, and you're here right now, not by accident. You're here on purpose. Like, you're supposed to be listening because you're getting this tug and this calling to say, like, could I make this work? Could I do it? Do I have the belief in myself? And if you have belief in your story, if you have belief that anything that's going on in your life right now, that you can overcome it, if you believe that you're worthy of success, then you can do this business, but you've got to work on this first. If you're afraid of failure, or if you're afraid that you're going to quit, or if you are afraid of what everybody else thinks and you're not willing to work on that, you won't succeed. You won't. But if you say to yourself, I got this, I'm going to figure it out. I know who I can serve, and I may not know exactly how I'm going to get there, but I'm going to figure it out. And I know that Melanie has the tools to help me and guide me to get there. If you have that kind of confidence, then you're going to succeed. All right. You are going to succeed at this business, but it starts with that belief. Starts with that belief, and it starts with the belief in you first. All right. Okay. So I want to answer questions. I want to hear from you guys. I'm so excited about where we're going as an organization. This is going to be an incredible year. I have big goals. Our team is taking it to the top. Our team is exploding with leaders. Like, now is the time to be a part of it. There are new products coming out. We've got about 4 new product launches this year. So yes, there's a lot of opportunity for success for each and every one of you. All right. So I know you guys are still here, so ask me some questions. I finally have the courage to share. Good. I'm really proud of you. Yes. Don't you qualify for more if you order the bigger packs, Melissa? Qualify for more? I don't know what you mean by qualify for more, but like, you would earn a higher commission if somebody bought a larger challenge pack, right? So the bigger the challenge pack, the bigger your commission that you earn from that is. So if that's what you mean, then yes, right? You can get 2 points per challenge pack, but you don't get more than that. So it doesn't matter which package people purchase, you're going to get your 2 points for Success Club. All right, my current Facebook page is tied to my full-time job. Because of that job, I can't have a public Facebook page for another business. Is that a problem? Can I start a private Facebook page or Instagram? So yeah, that kind of is a problem. The reason I say that is because if you're private, it's really hard to connect with people. The only way that I think you could get around that would be, you're going to have to message people and invite them to join a private Facebook group to know what you're up to. But I know for me, like, if you were to invite me and say, hey, I'm doing this coaching thing and I've lost 30 pounds and I would want to go to your page and check you out and see who you are. But because you're private, I'd be like, I don't know about this girl. Like, what if she's feeding me a line of BS? So honestly, I do think it's going to be a little bit harder, right? I do think it's going to be a little bit harder. So I think that and maybe this is a conversation that we need to have about why you can't, like, can you just create a separate Facebook page that's public? Can you have a separate Facebook or separate Instagram that's public that isn't tied to what you have now? I'm not sure why. So I think we would just have to, kind of chat that up. All right. Okay. Angie, if you are already signed up as a coach, no, you can't. So this is only for people that are not currently coaches. If you are currently a coach right now, you're going to want to reach out to your coach, get into their trainings, get into their systems. This is only for people that are not currently coaches that are interested in the coaching opportunity. Yes. All right. Other questions? I'm excited to, hey there. All right, I'm ready to do whatever it takes. How do you about getting an account for my husband? How do you do? Okay, so I want to work on getting you signed up first. Then once you're signed up, then we can talk about getting your husband's account all situated and signed up. So we'll do that second, and that's just something we can collaborate back and forth. So super easy. You don't have to worry about that. I want you to sort of focus on yourself. And even right now, like, begin to think about, write down a list of all the people that you can think of that would want to do this with you. People that you think would be amazing at the business side of it. Think of people that you've ever talked to about health and fitness or weight loss. Like, that's where I want you to start. Think of the people that you would initially invite, because I want you to get that list together, because that's what we're going to do. We're just going to reach out to people. My mom, my sister-in-law, a couple of my friends that from high school and college, like, those were some of my first customers. And then they were my biggest success stories and my biggest referrals too. All right. Okay. April, can you send me an email? Just say, I am ready to sign up. I will send you the link so that I don't miss it. So April, just let me know. Can you do that? Just send me a message, email as soon as we're done. That is great. So here's the thing. I only have 10 spots, right? I'm only taking 10 people. I'm only mentoring a small group of individuals. For the group that starts on March 4th is when our coach training begins. We'll have our new coach kickoff call next week. So that will happen. And then we will jump in, and our goal will to be at least get 3 to 5 customers in the month of March. And so it's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. I'm excited about it. I cannot wait to work with you guys. It is going to be amazing. It's going to be fun. And I appreciate your time tonight. All right. Okay. Have a great evening. Let me know if you've got any more questions. Go ahead and send me an email. Hope you guys have a wonderful night. And I can't wait to welcome you as a part of our organization. Bye, guys.